The harsh reality of earning commission-based income. Most people are terrified of commission-based income. No guaranteed paycheck, no safety net. It is literally the polar opposite of what we were taught in school. We were taught to get a stable job, get a safe paycheck, and then everything's perfect. But that couldn't be far from the truth. Not being able to control your income, not being able to control your output, asking for a pay rise, getting a tiny one when you do, or getting told no, asking for annual leave, asking for permission, spending your whole life asking for permission. Commission didn't ever make my life harder. It helped me generate more. It helped me become wealthier, because I know that every effort that I put in to my day to day, I'm going to get out. So it allows me to work harder and work smarter as well. I've had so many jobs in the past where I would go to work feeling so unfulfilled and so miserable, because I knew whether I did the absolute bare minimum or whether I went completely above and beyond, I'd get the same outcome. And there is nothing less rewarding for someone like myself personally, who's quite competitive, to have that feeling. I was not motivated. I was miserable, to be quite honest. I knew that nothing changed. Maybe a pay rise once a year if I was lucky, or a bonus at the end of the year. But all of that was put in someone else's hands. That was all someone else's decision, and I had zero control. And I'm sure if you're watching this and you're working a 9 to 5 or you have a salary, yes, you like the fact it's coming in every month, but I'm sure something that I've just said resonates with you too, because I speak to so many women where it does. It's nice that you know what's coming in, but there's no excitement there. There's no thrill. There's no satisfaction of the income that you've really earned and of the job that you're doing. Commission forces you to work with purpose. When you're on commission, you don't just work to get through the day. And I've always thought this. You are fully in control of your outcome. So in sales, every conversation matters. You train harder. You care more. When I would go to my 9 to 5, I'd practically show up half asleep. But when I was in sales, I showed up with purpose, because that was the energy and the excitement that having the possibility of closing deals and collecting that commission gave me, because my income was always a reflection on the value I created and that I offered. Something else which was a big one for me is I couldn't get complacent. And I honestly think that is the biggest gift, because commission doesn't allow comfort. And that's one of the main reasons why I love it. Like, it's given me so much discipline in my day-to-day life. There's no hiding behind a paycheck. There's no waiting for someone else to approve your pay raise or your bonus. It's all on you. So for me, it kept me hungry. It kept me focused. It kept me pushing myself to see what I was made of. And that discipline doesn't just stop at work. It bleeds into every area of your life. Every area of my life pretty much has had an upgrade since I've been commission only. Another thing is it elevates my entire lifestyle. When you learn how to produce results on command, your lifestyle will automatically upgrade. You start thinking differently about money, about time, about freedom. Commission taught me that income is not about the hours worked. How I value my time has massively increased, and I've started to become more selective. And now I'll ask myself, is that X task or is that X amount of money worth my time or my sacrifice? When you master that, the earning part isn't stressful. You feel more rewarded and more fulfilled, and you feel that you take more pride in the work, because the work you're actually doing is the work that you enjoy, because you know it directly correlates to your success. And one of my absolute favorite parts of commission-based work is that you're helping others in the process. So with sales, You don't help yourself unless you help someone else first, unless someone else wins first. I get paid because I help people make decisions that improve their lives. So the better I get at serving people, listening, leading, the more I earn and the more lives that are changed. And I think for a career like sales, like it's very rare to have a career like that where that alignment is there. And I find it so incredibly fulfilling. And I know a lot of people find it fulfilling because you get to earn the money you want and build the life you want while helping others in the process. And finally, commission builds unshakable confidence. There's something so powerful about knowing no one can take this from me. I don't rely on promotions. I don't rely on permission. I rely on my skill set that I have learned. And once you realize your income comes from who you've become and not where you work, not the company that you're in, you start pushing yourself more than you ever knew was possible. So yes, commission has a hard reality. If you avoid responsibility, it will expose you. If you avoid growth, you won't get paid. And if you want comfort over progress, then you're probably best at sticking to a salaried role. But if you're like me and you love growth and you love a challenge and you love being rewarded directly for the effort that you put in, while changing people's lives, then commission only roles such as high ticket sales is for you, because commission is freedom. I personally don't love commission because it's easy. I love it because it demands me to be the highest possible version of myself. And the women who thrive in commission-based sales, they're not lucky. They've built this undeniable discipline. They refuse to settle for anything less. So if that sounds like you, you're exactly who this career is built for.